Welcome to How to Win on Amazon in 2024 Food and Beverage Edition. This is going to be a three-part series when I'm going to share things that we learned through our experience as practitioners this year, past years, and how to translate it into insights and strategies for you to do well on Amazon in 2024. I'm recording this in October of 2023. Usually it's this time where brands are really thinking about, locking in their budgets for next year, their strategic goals, and their resourcing and so on. And the complexity, obviously, Amazon is increasing, and I wanted to split this series into three parts. Where this section, I'm going to videos. I'm going to speak to some things that I hear from brands as coming as truths from them. However, does not reflect the reality I see working within Amazon with brands day in and day out. I call them edition of contrarian truths. Part two is going to be the trends that I anticipate happen with the industry or in Amazon and e-commerce in 2024 that impacts food and beverage brands. And the third last video is going to be about specific strategies and recommendations for you to implement, to think about, so you can make more sales and more money as a food and beverage brand on Amazon in 2024. Caveat. I do think about food and beverage brands as I speak because majority of our experience in the last couple of years has been that. However, overall it applies to CPG and other verticals. So don't discount if you're not a food and beverage business, don't discount it. Just keep in mind this is really tailored to consumables categories, and that's it for the caveat. Let's go. Okay. There's 5 things that I hear often from brands that, again, as I mentioned, doesn't quite reflect reality. So if these are assumptions that you have or you consider truths, just take this as an expert opinion and then, think through. You can revert back to what you say, you know what, nope, I'm good. Or you can say, okay, perhaps change your mind. So because we often have to check our assumptions so we're not caught into knowledge bias and other biases. So that is really why I wanted to start with that. The first thing I hear is a broker manages our Amazon just fine. Broker, if you're in food and bev, CPG, the broker model. It's traditional, it's outdated, and I'm yet to hear from a brand that says, man, our broker is really knocking it out of the ballpark for us on Amazon. Yes, I have heard where our broker manages just fine. They do a good job. But it's never really excellent job. It's never really hitting it, really making strides for the brand. And the reason for that is the brokers usually, Amazon is not their core business. And Amazon is its own unique animal that requires multiple skill sets. So of course, I don't think it's probably even reasonable to expect a broker to do absolutely amazing job. I mean, it's still a distributor model, and I don't think if you're not directly in touch with the platform as a brand, nobody is going to be doing as well of a job as you can if that is strategic channel for you. If Amazon is not a strategic channel, broker's doing fine, you have decent brand presence, there's sales coming in, sure. But if 2024 Amazon is your key channel, you need to really think through the replacing the broker model, going directly or looking at similar model, but really pushing on what is going to be achieved for you on the platform on Amazon. So again, to finish on this, broker can manage, but they will not really grow in the way that you can or somebody dedicated to Amazon can. Okay, thing number 2 that I hear, our brand is brand new and we will launch it on Amazon is the only channel to start with in 2024. Here's contrarian truth. Launching a brand new DTC brand only on Amazon in 2024 is a terrible idea. Now you're going to say, what? Okay, we're Amazon agency and I am kind of almost talking myself out of the job here. No, the reason for that it is, you're already in the field that is challenging as is. Amazon is challenging, and being a brand new brand, it even really multiplies those challenges. Amazon is a platform that amplifies good and bad. So if you don't quite have consistent, reliable, and super confident market feedback in terms of experience of customers of your product. You don't quite have all the baseline in terms of numbers. You kind of get a sense of how much customers are buying, what they're preferring, what they are, how often they're buying, coming back. Then it's going to put you a little bit on the blind spots on Amazon. So when you come in equipped with some information, it gives you, while Amazon is not the same, but it does give you some data to operate with. And it also gives you a little bit, it gives you better understanding, if you brand messaging and what's working, what doesn't. And also, if you're still not, let's say, production batch, or we've seen where brand new and maybe the first batch is fine, but the second production batch with co-partner is not, and then it really destroys reviews, it's really hard to recover at Amazon from that. So brand equity is tarnished from the get-go. It's really working up the hill there. So it's, for a new brand, it's really unless you're really, really fully supported by VC, investor money, where they expect sales velocity, then yes, Amazon, but just with zero expectation that first year will be profitable. Then yes, that's an exception. But if that is not the case for you, then do consider having some existing market, having already existing market off Amazon, or if launching on Amazon, have it in conjunction with your efforts going into independent shops or small, however, your website, however else, working with influencers, other distribution ways to support your growth and not put you again in a blind spot on Amazon. The only other exception I can make is when it says, if you're established B2B brand that knows who you are, you have a bit of a sense of end customer, you are healthy business, right? You're healthy business as is, then you decided to start a B2C arm with Amazon as the channel of choice, then yes, we've done this successfully for brands that are established B2B, they just don't know B2C space, and Amazon is great for that, and we help them navigate, guide, and support that growth for their fledgling B2C business. So Amazon so you need to come to Amazon as a profitable business, because Amazon will not fix any current business problems, it'll just amplify them. This adage applies for any stage of the business, but it's especially critical when you are a baby business. So, okay. Point number 3, you need a full-blown agency from the start. You understand complexity, you have too many hats you're wearing, so okay, you're gonna go and find an agency to start you from zero to growth on Amazon. Here's contrarian truth. You don't always need a full-blown agency, Amazon agency like us, to get you to the next stage on Amazon. Again, I am not here thinking, I'm not talking myself out of the job, but I'm really thinking from the brands that we worked with, where we have been able to really fully utilize our toolkit, so to say, and capabilities, and apply them to the extent where there is already baseline, there's a great growth, there's healthy budgets, then it really gives better ROI for clients. But if a brand comes to us, it's a rough ballpark, let's say less than 10,000 a month sales on Amazon, I really need to understand, do we have fundamentals in place? Is it just a matter of they haven't really advertised? Is it just hasn't been a focus, but it's becoming focused now? So because we need to make sure that at that level, we really need to hit sales velocity, right? That's the expectation. So, and if you're involving and paying an agency, then you really need to get your ROI. So if you are, going back to point 2, if you're a smaller brand, you are strong and scrappy, then see if you can plug in what you need on Amazon. Don't completely discount it, though again, don't make it 100% exclusive just on Amazon without other channels, but see if you can plug in until you get some growth, then it makes sense to really level up and bring a little bit of bigger guns to the table. All right, point number 4, what I hear sometimes, we will launch new products to give us more sales. Here's contrarian truth. To get more sales, you will need to focus on less, on doing and focusing on less. And that usually means less SKUs. The 80-20 rule we see play out over and over and over. It may be 70-30 split, but it still comes to where you have core products deliver main results. And when you talk about decisions of operational management, obviously you need to have production split, different SKUs. You need to have advertising split, and you have all this other sometimes feels like a guacamole, because the more products, the more issues come up. Then it really becomes split effort, and your ROI gets really diluted. And sometimes, even if it's different flavor or it's just different size, we still get into this niche keywords. We get niche sub-markets where, again, if we're kind of a no here and no there, it just adds complexity, where if we focus on winning, even if, again, thinking from a keywords point of view, where we focus on being on the first page for main keywords, it's a lot easier to do that. And you can do that faster for few products than trying to bring from bad to good everybody else. So I'm going to give an analogy. You may have come through in real life, where if a couple that has marital relationship problems and they decide to have a kid because that would fix a relationship problem, right? And what ends up happening, unfortunately, is that it just adds, it makes everything worse. So the same way here, don't add children SKUs thinking it's going to fix problems that already exist. Make what you have work well. Make the fundamental KPIs on, okay, do we have this conversion? Do we have good reviews? Are we good operationally? Do we run out of stock? Is our advertising return on what SKUs corresponds with spend on those SKUs? Then yes. Of course, you have new launches and so on, but don't fall into fallacy of trying to get to more sales by simply adding more SKUs. So, last point that I hear. Amazon will cannibalize sales from our website, so we do not want to run Facebook ads or email promotions or our audience to it, because we make more money on our website. Contrarian truth. Amazon will cannibalize sales from your website, whether you accept it, admit it, think about it or not. That is the reality of Amazon. It's a giant that can't be ignored. And with the exception of really, really known brands, often your Amazon credibility as a platform and convenience will win over making an order from DTC website. Now, I'm not saying that you should 100% always run all your audience to Amazon, even though we have had clients do that, and we have worked with clients that focus on it, and we've done that well, where it did make sense to focus, but again, it didn't replace everything. They were doing other things off Amazon in terms of distribution channels. However, if you are hesitant in that, I would invite you to at least to test, because inevitably what you'll find is that conversion rate would be higher on Amazon than other things you're doing on Amazon. So you'll get better return on Amazon investing, running that, and conversion rate on Amazon, which boosts your other efforts, your paid advertising, your organic search results, because Amazon just loves off Amazon traffic. So especially for key holidays such as Prime Day or a few days before Christmas, when FBA Prime is it's going to be faster than most, your own shipping. So that is really consideration. So if anything, test. And also, I know there's referral fees, and so you do make unit economics more on your website, but test it, because the halo effect will, so the sales and the halo effect of boosting your that product on Amazon and your brand will most likely exceed your loss, right, from the fees. Again, with everything it requires testing, but I don't need to be closed off from doing that, because it's becoming almost impossible to grow profitably on Amazon without involving some type of off-Amazon channel. So that is really key that I'm going to be ending on, these 5 contrarian truths. If you have any comments, I would love to hear them, your experiences, agree, disagree. Click like, please share with your other food and bev brand or another DTC brand focused on Amazon, and I will see you in part 2 how to win on Amazon in 2024.